Hi, I'm Michael, and I want to share with you my little side hustle. I sell baked goods at the farmer's market, and for the last 14 years, up until this last year, when I've been diagnosed with cancer, I've been doing really well, making a ton of money. And before I leave this earth, I want to share with you how I do it so you too can make lots of money selling baked goods at the farmer's market. And right now, I want to show you one of the favorites that I sell. It's called a plantation cookie. It's from a Julia Child cookbook. You don't have to call them plantation cookies because I get sometimes a lot of flack for calling them plantation cookies. I've recently switched the names to spiced molasses cookie. Same thing, maybe more PC. So the first thing you want to do is you want to cream your sugar and your butter. And we're getting really close to it, so we're going to switch it off. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add 1 egg. And we're going to add some molasses in there. Get it all in there. As Julia's Child would say, I have impeccably clean fingers. Okay. You don't want to get molasses on the mixer, so it'll be hard to get off. Okay, and now here comes the really easy part. Just 2 cups of flour, and then all your spices, baking soda, and the recipe will be down listed in the description. And we also want to chop up some pecans. You want them to be a rough cut. And we're almost done, just a little bit more on this side. Okay, I'm going to throw them in there. And then we're going to beat this up. And it should come together and make a nice firm dough. And it's getting really close now. And there you have it. Got your cookie dough. Go around one time, get everything off the bottom. Looks like you did a good job. And then we're going to put this in the refrigerator for 20 minutes. So one of the things I like to do is to figure out how much an item costs to make. And for this cookie, it's going to cost me 60 or 36 cents in sugar. The molasses was 65 cents. The butter was $1.13. The egg was 15 cents. The flour 30 cents. The pecans was $1.13. Salt 1 penny. The soda, again, really cheap, 3 pennies. And then the spices was about 13 cents. And then for the flip top bags, labels, and all that other product, that was like 15 cents. So all that together comes out to $4.41. And you'd simply times that by 6. And it's real easy because I actually get 30 cookies out of here, or 31 cookies. So I'm able to make 6 packages of 5 cookies. So basically I'd be selling those cookies for about $4.50. Now, I have not sold them for that much before, but there has been some inflation since the last time that I made them last year. So I'd probably be upping the price if this upcoming year, if I'm doing the farmer's market, to $4.50. So right there we go. We're still waiting for the thing to cool down, but I'm going to clean up here. Okay, it's been 20 minutes and I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees. We'll just scoop these out onto the cookie sheet. I generally get 12 per cookie sheet. I do love these little ice cream scoops because it makes it perfect portion size, so they're all identical. Okay, and then you want to roll them into nice little balls. Just make sure they come out perfectly round. Now I know in the original recipe, you roll them in sugar and chopped nuts, and I mean that's a nice detail and everything, but it's hard to see at the farmer's market when it's all wrapped in the plastic, and it's kind of a labor-intensive step. So I just kind of like jettison that and say goodbye to that, and we'll just go for the plain cookies. I'm not much for decorating, as you can probably tell, because it's labor intensive, you spend a lot of time on it, and you rarely see the reward for it, so. Okay, and let's pop these in the oven for about 13 minutes. So one of the cool things with baked goods is that you can price them to what your customers are willing to pay for them. So if you feel that $4.50 package might be a little bit too much for your customer base to kind of like get around, what you can do is you can lower the price, but you simply put in 4 cookies in the package. Or you simply make 5 cookies, but you make them smaller. So you end up with, say, 8 packages rather than 6 packages. So there's lots of ways that you can manipulate the price to make sure that your customers feel like they're getting what they want or what they feel like they deserve. And I probably have done most of them over time. I always like it when eggs go sky high because of bird flu and all the eggs. I remember one year I was paying like $4 for a dozen eggs because of bird flu. So they killed all the birds that were laying eggs. So there were literally no eggs whatsoever. And as you probably can guess, baked goods take a lot of eggs. I generally go through about 10 dozen eggs a week at the peak of the farmer's market. Also like 20 pounds of butter or so. Those are my two biggest expenses. Normally when I'm doing farmer's market, I'm doing something else while something else is baking. So standing around is never really an option when you're baking for the farmer's market because you're always having to make something else new. But I imagine that it's about time for it to go off, hopefully. And they look super good. So these are the bags that I like using, the little sandwich bags. And I put 5 cookies in a bag. I like to say I'm metric. Get one package down. And we've got the second patch. And sometimes they like things, but these just stop up real easily. And you've got one little partial cookie left. As you see, it's just nice and chewy. Crispy around the edge, soft in the center. And then you can put them on your tray. Like so. And you have cookies to sell at the farmer's market. And this is worth about, I'd say about $30. So there you go. Enjoy.